Hello everybody, my name is Nerdy Lover and welcome back to another episode of our football betting series here on YouTube, Premier League edition. Our selections last week, we went 2-1-1, starting off in the midweek as Manchester United failed to beat Leeds despite the comeback at the end from 2 goals down, so we did take a £20 hit on the midweek before the weekend started. Then we had 3 games on the Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock, starting off with Brighton Crystal Palace. Brighton took the lead, we covered ourselves, Palace equalised, but we didn't win or lose there. And then we ripped off 2 wins. The Spurs-Leicester game was finished pretty quickly. Over 2.5 goals came in the first half to pay out our £17. And then Fulham left it late to win 2-0 against struggling Nottingham Forest. So across our 4 selections there, we managed to pick up £16.80, or almost 1 unit. So we're starting to recover from our poor first week in February. So let's continue that good form with a couple more selections in this weekend, the 18th and 19th of February. We start off with a midweek match, and perhaps the only game that can overshadow the Champions League fixtures being played at exactly the same time. We have the top of the table clash, the rearranged fixture. First place Arsenal host second place Manchester City. Arsenal were held to a 1-1 draw in their most recent game against Brentford. Now, despite outshooting the Bees, Arsenal did lose the XG battle by 2.01 to 1.55, and they couldn't get that second goal to take all 3 points. This does mean that Arsenal have now failed to win in each of their last 3 competitive fixtures. And this season in the Premiership, the Gunners are scoring 2.2 goals per game from 2.5 key chances created per 90. Defensively, they're still pretty strong, 0.9 goals against, 9 clean sheets in 21 matches. Manchester City managed to bounce back from their 1-0 loss to Spurs recently with a victory over Aston Villa on Sunday. Despite the controversy surrounding Manchester City's financial record, Guardiola will hope to refine some consistency on the midweek game. The Citizens score at a clip of 2.5 goals per game and create 3.4 key chances per 90. Defensively, their record's pretty identical to the Gunners, 1 goal against per game, 8 clean sheets in 22. When we look at the head-to-head record, Manchester City managed to win the first encounter of the season in the FA Cup, 1-0 thanks to the unlikely hero, as Nathan Ake found himself in the box to finish low to the left of Ramsdale for a 1-0 win. Looking at the stats, Manchester City managed to secure more of the ball, create more shots, and direct more shots on target, and even managed to hit the woodwork. Now, this result did extend Manchester City's dominance over Arsenal to 6 games without a defeat in all competitions. However, this game is at the Emirates, and Arsenal are one of 2 sides to have an unbeaten home record, whereas City are pretty inconsistent on the road with the 4th best away record. Losing to Manchester United and Spurs in each of their last 2 travels, I'm going to go against the tide a bit. I'm going to lay Manchester City, thinking Arsenal can win or draw this game in front of their home fans. Lay Manchester City for a full stake in the midweek for bet number 1. Moving on to the weekend now, and we only have 2 selections here, but we start off with 8th place Brentford hosting 12th place Crystal Palace. Brentford managed to put together an immaculate performance in North London as they managed to come from behind to secure a very respectable draw against table-topping Arsenal. The Bees are one of the informed sides in the division and are now unbeaten in each of their last 7 competitive fixtures. In the Premier League, however, they average 1.6 goals per game and create 2.6 key chances per 90. Defensively, they concede a clip of 1.3 goals against, with 8 clean sheets in 22 matches. The away side, Crystal Palace, also came back from a goal behind to secure themselves a 1-1 draw, this time against Brighton. Despite this positive result, the Eagles are winless in their last 7, and when we look at the statistics, it's not hard to see why. They score 0.9 goals per game and struggle to create 1.1 key chances per 90. They do concede at a clip of 1.4 goals against per 90 and 5 clean sheets in 22 competitive Premier League matches. When we look at the head-to-head record, we have seen 3 1-1 draws in a row, including the match at the start of this season. However, Brentford definitely won the battle on a statistical front. They created 5 key chances to Crystal Palace's 0, and they won the XG battle by 1.43 to 0.98. Brentford have a very good home record as well. It's in the top 5 in the division with 6 wins, 4 draws and just a solitary defeat. Crystal Palace, on the other hand, do not travel especially well. 2 wins, 3 draws and 5 defeats for just 9 points of a possible 33. The general statistics, the head-to-head statistics and the respective home and away records would all lean towards Brentford managing to pick up a win in West London. So that's what we're going to do. Brentford to win, full stake. Our third and final selection of today's episode sees 9th place Chelsea hosting bottom of the table Southampton, and despite taking the lead, Chelsea were held to a draw in their most recent fixture against West Ham, that game finishing 1-1. A bit of positivity is that Chelsea are unbeaten in each of their last 4 games, although goals have been hard to come by, and 3 of these 4 results have been a low-scoring draw. This is perhaps reflected in this season's statistics, as Chelsea scored just 1 goal per game, despite creating 1.9 key chances per 90. Their defence isn't too bad, 1 goal against per game, and 8 clean sheets in 22 appearances. The away side, Southampton, well, they appear to be down and out. Nathan Jones is catching a lot of heat from the Saints fans, and in the process of recording this video, I've just found out that he has been sacked by the Saints, so we'll see if they can turn it around. However, Southampton, in their most recent game, took a lead against a 10-man Wolves side, and despite playing against those 10 men for over an hour, the Saints managed to lose the game 2-1. It's going to be interesting to look back at the end of the season, but I think this game may have sealed Southampton's fate as a championship side next year. When we look at the form, Southampton have now lost 5 in their last 6 games, and they do appear to be destined for the drop. Chelsea will fancy their chances against a team that are bottom of the league. Chelsea will fancy their chances against a team that are bottom of the league and bottom of the away form league as well. Chelsea to win at Stamford Bridge surely has to be the direction we go in here, because their poor run of form has to end at some point, really. Chelsea to win, full stake. So there we have it, just the 3 selections for this week's episode, because if you're not certain on what teams to bet, just stay away. We start off in the midweek with Manchester City and Arsenal. We're going to be laying Man City away from home here. Odds of 0.7, £20 stake to return 14. Then we have 2 games at the Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff spot. Brentford versus Crystal Palace. We're going to be taking the home side Brentford to win at about even money, £20 stake to return 19.60. And then we wrap off the weekend with Chelsea-Southampton, Chelsea to win at home, £20 stake to return 9. So across the midweek and the weekend, we're going to be risking £60 to hopefully pick up as much as 42.60. Will we do so? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to tune into next episode. But if you have made it to this point in the video, please drop a like down below. My name's been Nerdy Lover, and as always, have yourself a lovely day.